Hello, this is Ian with BasementTechnology, and in today's tutorial I will be covering how to use gradients in Photoshop CS6 to make backgrounds for your website in Dreamweaver CS6. So first you're going to go up to File, New. And this is the part that is up to you. You can choose what size you want, how high you want your gradient to be on your web page. Doesn't matter a ton, but it looks kind of weird if you make it super short. So I'm gonna make mine 800, just say I have a big web page. And then the width doesn't really matter. We're gonna make it 5 because it's gonna be repeating horizontally. So then you'll get this big tall line here. What you're going to want to do is go over to the paint bucket tool, not click on it, hold it down, and choose the gradient instead. And then you go up here and you see that you have a bunch of different gradient presets that you could choose. You could use these, but I prefer to make my own. Usually I just go up, instead of here, I click on the gradient itself, and I get the gradient editor. And here, I can make my own gradient. I can choose the color of the first one, selecting the bottom part, and then I go down to color, and say I want it to start out with a nice green. Then we can see it fades from green to white. But say I don't want the second color to be white. I could change that to black. And maybe, if you even wanted to, you could add a third color by clicking anywhere on the bottom half and just clicking where you want that color to be. You can move it around if you want, and changing that color too. And as you can see, we have green to turquoise to black. So if we wanted to save this because we're going to use it a lot, we can give it a name, BG, and then hit New. And as you can see, it becomes one of the presets. We're going to hit OK. And as you can see, this is the one selected. And up here, we have our different kinds of gradients. We can have a regular gradient. We can have a gradient starting from a center, and a few others that I never really use, but you might find a use for it. We're just going to use the linear gradient, so go ahead and select that. And then you're going to see that your mouse is a star, or like a plus sign. That selects where your gradient is going to start. So you're going to click and drag from wherever you want the beginning to color to be. The beginning color for me would be green. We're going to start that at the top and click and drag. And just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to show you where I stop to unclick. And you'll see that it's black everywhere else. And that is because that's where I unclicked my mouse. But what you're probably going to want to do is take it all the way down to the bottom and hold Shift so it is a straight line. And as you can see, we have our vertical gradient. And so, what you can do is, if you want, you can save it. But right now, we're going to go to Save for Web. Save. And we're going to go to our Images folder. And we're going to call it BG. We already have a background, so I'm not going to mess with that. But I'll come back to you when I have the Dreamweaver open. I'll show it to you in Dreamweaver. Okay, now we're back in Dreamweaver, and this is my site, as you might have seen in the last tutorial. And it's got no background. It's kind of looking kind of bland. Maybe none of my viewers want to come because it's white background, not appealing. So what you're going to do on the main template, if that's what you want, or just the page you want the background on, you go down to Page Properties. Make sure you're selected on the body area. Page Properties. And you can either go to Appearance CSS or Appearance HTML. I personally prefer using CSS to do this, but it doesn't matter either way. You're going to go down to Background Image, and you're going to find the image you just made, probably called BG. And then if you look, it will automatically fill it up. You might have to do repeat X just to make it stretch out, but as you can see, if we save it and run it, it's looking pretty snazzy. Except you can see in the bottom it's all white. So what are we going to do about that? Well, we go back to our appearance page properties, go back to appearance, and as the background color, you're going to choose the last color on your gradient, the very bottom color, which I, in my case, have black. You can enter the hexadecimal from Photoshop. And then you hit apply, and then if we save it again, then run it, look, no problem. We have the black background. Thanks for watching this video. If you like the tutorial, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.